But first, let's make the dressing. So in a bowl, we want to add some extra virgin olive oil. I would say about 1/4 of a cup. I just kind of eyeball because in Italy everything is a piacere or quanto basta. Some salt, as much as you want. Some red wine vinegar, about 2 tablespoons I would say. You want some dry mustard, and the reason we're using this is because this helps to make an emulsion, to thicken the dressing. So about 1 teaspoon of that goes in. And with it, we want honey. So about 2 tablespoons of honey into our dressing. It's always really best to make your own dressings instead of getting bottled dressings, which have a lot of other stuff in them. All right, so you just whisk this up. And I like to make this early in the day so that it just kind of sits around and absorbs all the flavors. And you just set that aside now. So we're going to put that over to the side and work with our greens. So we're going to got about 1 cup of spinach leaves here, fresh and dried. And then we want some of that romaine, and we just want to tear that. And you hear that crunch? That tells me this is pretty fresh lettuce. You got to really be careful when you buy lettuces because sometimes they're very soft because they've been sprayed so often in the grocery store. So that's why it's always nice to have your own lettuces, and that's why we grow them in the garden. And then we want some fennel. Let me move this out of the way because now you know what this is. So here's our fennel. And just take off that bottom core area, and then you just want to do some thin slices, real thin slices. And this has a nice licorice flavor. It's delicious just by itself, but it's going to play off nicely against the figs. Sometimes I stay up at night just thinking, you know, what goes together? So that goes in there. And if you want to, you can put in some of these feathery fronds, which is also nice. You don't have to, but let's put them in anyway. Adds a little color, a little flavor to the salad. And then we want our radicchio. So here's our radicchio. I take the outer leaves off because sometimes they tend to be a bit brown, but don't throw these away. You can use these in soup. And then I just cut this down. See how pretty that looks inside? Beautiful. Has a slightly bitter taste. It is in the chicory family. I'm just going to slice it into strips. It's about 1 cup. Shred it. And just mix it. My hands are clean. Okay, so now that we have that, throw that in. We want to work with these figs. So here are our figs. And you want to take that little stem off the top. But please don't peel them. The skin is part of the beauty of the fig. And you just want to cut them down, see? And cut them in quarters. So for this salad, I like about 8 fresh figs cut into quarters. So here's our salad, all ready to go. And when you make a salad like this, that's when you eat it. You don't wait. So here's our dressing. Pour that right over the top. And when you make a salad, you want to make sure that you have a good ratio of lettuce greens to the dressing. Because if you have too much dressing, that really drowns the salad, and you don't want that. So now we want to toss this. And if you see that you have dressing in the bottom of the salad bowl, that's another tip-off that you have used too much dressing. You just want the dressing to lightly coat these leaves. Uniformly coat them, but lightly coat them so that there is no, see, you don't see any dressing in the bottom of that bowl. That was the perfect amount for this. Okay, now we can scoop up these delicate figs and add them to the salad bowl. I like this particularly after I'm doing a chicken or a fish dinner because this has nice clean taste to it. It's sweet and it's sour at the same time.